You know, the NFL draft was about 2 weeks ago, started 2 weeks ago, I guess, Thursday. 3 days, 7 rounds, and then the signings of players who weren't drafted, undrafted free agents, and then a lot of, along the way, other transactions. I reached out to Jaxon Player, I believe, just a few days ago, and I go, hey, what's going on? Have you had any nibbles? And he didn't yeah, maybe. Today, Jaxon texts me. He joins us now live on 365 Sports with Paul and Craig as well. And Jaxon Player now will get a shot at a minicamp with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Young man, thanks for your time. What was that like, that call? Because I know it's been almost nauseating, the wait. What was the call like from the agent and then the Bucs?
The call was surreal, man. Me and my agent been stressing about it the last few weeks just because I was surprised I hadn't gotten anything. I was surprised I didn't get an undrafted deal just considering what I did in college. But I left it in God's hands, and I knew just with faith in God, it was going to be okay. So when he called me, he just told me, he was like, how do you feel about Tampa Bay? I said, I feel good about any place. And he said, well, they feel good about you, and they want to have you out for a minicamp. I said, I just needed the opportunity. And me and my mom both prayed for just the opportunity and prayed for God to show us just the way he wants my life to go. And today we got our prayer answered. So hopefully the trial goes well, the minicamp goes well, and I get called to make the roster.
Jaxon, one of the things I've known about you for a very long time is you enjoy the work. You practice is kind of your thing. You liked it even in high school, where most kids really hate it. Is that where you can feel some confidence going in, and that your effort level has always been very, very good in that side of the game?
Yeah, I feel like this is just gonna make me grind a little bit more, just because a lot of people. I'm treating this like a game. I'm treating this like it's an all-star game, and I got to go out and prove myself. So the grind of practice is kind of fun for me, and now I get to put my talents at the NFL level. So I'm excited. This is something I dreamed for since I was a kid, so it's exciting.
Jaxon, did you have thoughts that you would get drafted going into it? Just sort of where had you set your expectations? You mentioned that you were surprised you didn't get an undrafted call, and I think we all were. We're a little surprised by that not coming your way as quickly as it did, but thankfully it did, right? But what were your impressions, or your expectations, I should say, initially?
My initial, where I thought I would be in the, because I was projected 4th through 5th round before I transferred to Baylor, and this year I was like, okay, I might still slide into the 6th, 7th round, and I had a great pro day, I think. So I was expecting to go 6th, 7th round, but once those kind of dwindled away, I was like, okay, well, I know my agent will get a call here soon for undrafted free agent deal. And I told him, let's weigh our options. And then that day came and nothing came. I was like, well, all right, that didn't go as planned. So, but that's just kind of how my life has been. Nothing has went as planned, because my plan's not the plan. It's God's plan. So that's just how I view things, and that's what I'm waiting on now.
So when is the minicamp?
This weekend. I fly out Thursday morning.
Oh, my goodness. You don't even have time to breathe, do you? You have to turn around and go. You get your hair cut and all that other stuff. So they take care of all, I'm sure, the itinerary. What do they tell you when it comes to that and flying into Tampa?
They haven't told me much. They just sent me the itinerary. I know I fly out at 6 in the morning on Thursday, and then I get there and I fly back, and I'll be back in Waco, hopefully with a deal on Sunday by 11 p.m.
Well, Jaxon, the good news is the airport to the facility, very short ride. So you won't have
Tampa. He'll get to be on the shuttle, won't he?
That's
the
right.
Infamous Tampa airport shuttle.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you like when you hear Tampa Bay? I would think that brings, Warren Sapp to your mind as a defensive tackle. Vita Vea is there. I know that rookie minicamp, he's not going to be there, but Kalijah Cansey, who's the first-round pick at your position, he's there. So pretty interesting history and new group of players.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I know when I think of Tampa Bay now, I got to play there a few times in college, and both times I got to win games there, so I got a good record there. Warren Sapp was one of my favorite players growing up. And then I got some more local talent in Logan Hall. He's also there with Tampa Bay, I'm pretty sure. So I'm excited to get to work.
Jaxon Player is headed to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers minicamp. And can you try to explain during that 2-week lull, what was your lowest moment?
My lowest moment was more so I wasn't upset that I didn't get called. I was upset that I didn't get the opportunity. That was the more thing, just because I worked so hard, I trained so hard, I put a lot into it, a lot of time, sweat, tears, everything I put behind it. But I just knew I was like, man, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. God guides me, and I put my foot down, and I kept working. I work out 5 to 6 times a week, sometimes twice a day. So, I mean, I just kept at it and hope for the best.
Jaxon, what were your thoughts on seeing Travius get selected, a former high school teammate of yours?
Man, I was so proud of Travius just because, man, like I said, we went to high school together, and I remember we used to just have arguments at the table of who was better, who had the best game and stuff like that at lunch. And I texted him actually Saturday night and just said how proud I was, and just like, man, we came a long way from the lunch table. That kid he's gonna do big things. I'm surprised he went there late, but he'll show them why he shouldn't have went there late. I thought he was he is the best cornerback in this draft. Obviously, one of the row. So I think he's going to do great things there in Los Angeles.
Don't you both have something in common, a huge chip on your shoulder? And if both of you were like 2 inches taller, there wouldn't be sometimes this, I'm not so sure they can play?
Yeah, I think that's a big thing. Teams I know I got feedback from one scout. They basically were making beauty pageant comparisons, but I'm okay with that. I guess so. If you're paying that type of money, you like what you like, but we play football. We're not in it for the looks and the glamour. We're in it to hit people and win games. So some teams will miss out on some players, and some teams will pay for missing out on those players. So I think it'll all work out for the best.
Jaxon, what was your mom's reaction?
She was just happy. She cried a little bit, which she cries over everything, so it's not too much. But no, she was just happy, and she was just saying she prayed for it last night. Just prayed I had an opportunity, prayed that God steered me in the right direction, and her prayers got answered. So yeah, she's excited for me, and my family's excited for me. We've been waiting for this for a minute now.
Jaxon, I don't know how it works, and I know the NFL's goal number one, and that's where all your focus is, but are the other leagues, I know that they're ongoing, like the XFL championship games this Saturday and the USFL continues on. Are they allowed to contact you as well, and if so, were any of those leagues reaching out to you at all?
I don't know how that works either. I kind of let my agent deal with that. I talked to a few teams, though, from like the CFL and stuff, and had some calls from them, so those are options, but my main goal is I feel like once I get the opportunity like I'll have this weekend, the NFL will give me a shot.
Yeah, absolutely. Agree with you there. Yeah, I was just curious. I didn't know how that worked either, and I would imagine if they were allowed to, they were probably beating down your doors. So it's good, like you said, to have options, but great that's working out for you this weekend.
What defense?
Yes, sir, I appreciate it.
What defense fits you best? Is it like playing the 3 technique in a 4-man front or 3-man front? What do you feel most comfortable in?
Wherever I can line up and hit offensive linemen in front of me, I'm good wherever. I played every position on the D-line in college, all the way out to a wide 9 to a 0 tech nose at all different weights. So, I mean, I feel like I can do it all. So I'm curious to see where Tampa will put me or what they want to see me play. But I feel like I could do it all, and I could do it all at a high level.
Man, I cannot tell you, I was so thrilled to get that text from you. I was, because I know it has been a very difficult time despite your faith. I know that helps a lot, but man, it's also about reality too, right? And it just had to be kind of just wearing you down. So happy for you. You were overlooked at Midway in a lot of ways. There were some schools that wanted you, but now you have a chance to go into the NFL. Travius Hodges Tomlinson, a part of that as well, as you mentioned, former teammate, is brought up in this show. Thanks for your time. Good luck. Get all your clothes packed and get that luggage ready.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all's time. Thank y'all for having me.
Man, we're thrilled. Jaxon Player, former Baylor and Tulsa defensive lineman, Midway High School, got the call. There's a lot